Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up as we're about to embark on a peculiar journey of laughter, horror, and a lot of vomit. Yes, you heard it right. This tale is not for the faint-hearted or the weak-stomached. It's a whirlwind adventure that's going to make you laugh till your sides hurt and maybe, just maybe, lose your lunch. Today, we're going to delve into the world of Ms. Belle Pum, an extraordinary character with an even more extraordinary family and life events. We're talking about candy floss people, polar bears, golden bears, and did I mention a lot of vomit? Oh, and there's a villain too, a goody two-shoes named Horse McGorse, who is always up to no good, but that's not all. We've got a series of unfortunate events that include a disastrous brownie incident and a party that turned into a vomit fest. Intrigued yet? So, here we go, diving into the world of Ms. Belle Pum and her interesting companions. Before we dive deeper into the Pums world, let's take a detour. Have you ever wondered what a wormy compost brownie dessert would taste like? No? Well, you're about to find out. Just like the Pums, this dessert is anything but ordinary. It's fun, it's spooky, and it's delicious. So grab your apron and get ready to create a culinary masterpiece. First things first, the brownies. You'll need your favourite brownie mix, some butter and eggs. Mix them together and pop them in the oven. While they're baking, let's move on to the worms. You'll need some jelly, a worm mould, and a lot of creativity. Pour the jelly into the mould and let it set in the fridge. Now comes the fun part, assembling the dessert. Crumble the brownies into a dish, making sure to leave some chunks for that authentic compost look. Next, take your jelly worms and arrange them among the crumbled brownies. They should be poking out, ready to surprise the unsuspecting eater. But wait, before we proceed, a word of caution. Make sure the brownies you use are indeed brownies and not toilet poo. We don't want any real-life brownie disasters now, do we? And there you have it, a wormy compost brownie dessert. It's as fun to make as it is to eat. But remember, this is just a dessert. The real adventure lies ahead, in the world of Ms. Belle Pum and her extraordinary family. So, let's get back to our story, shall we? Now let's get to know our main character, the one and only Ms. Belle Pum. As intriguing as her name, Ms. Belle Pum is a character you can't forget. She's the kind of lady who can turn a casual Tuesday into a grand adventure. And let's not forget her family, as colourful and unique as Ms. Belle Pum herself. Ms. Belle Pum's sister, Hauve, is a cotton candy connoisseur, round and sweet, just like her favourite treat. She is the mother to 3 darling bears, each one more unique than the last. Pole, the eldest, is a male polar bear with a heart as warm as his fur is cold. Then there's Nuddles, the golden bear and the youngest of the lot. But don't let her age fool you, she's got a spirit that could rival a storm. And in the middle of these two extremes, we have Zoe. Zoe is a flossy, round and short, yellow-haired bear who has a knack for finding trouble. Her pigtails bob as she bounces from one adventure to the next, all while keeping her family on their toes. But every story needs a villain, doesn't it? Enter Horse McGorse, Miss Belle Pum's arch-nemesis. He's the kind of character who shines his shoes before stepping in a puddle, always making out like Miss Belle Pum and her family are up to no good. But we know better, don't we? Now, you might be wondering, how does a family as eccentric as this get along? Well, with a lot of love, a dash of chaos and a pinch of hilarity, of course. They navigate through their days, creating memories and collecting stories that are as unique as they are. From the outside looking in, it might seem like a whirlwind, but to them, it's just another day in the life of the Pums. Together they make quite a family, don't they? But wait till you hear about their misadventures. All right, folks. Before we dive deep into the castle party fiasco, let's take a moment to revisit the scene of the crime. Our wormy compost brownie dessert. You may not want to see another brownie for a while after the disaster we just witnessed, but bear with me, this is a dessert that deserves a second chance. Our recipe began with the basic ingredients: rich dark chocolate, butter, sugar, flour, eggs and a dash of vanilla. Then came the fun part, adding in our compost elements: crushed Oreo cookies for the soil, gummy worms for the wriggly residents, and a sprinkle of green coconut flakes for that authentic garden touch. It was a masterpiece of culinary creativity, an edible work of art. But remember, folks, the key to a great wormy compost brownie is in the bake. Overbake, and you'll end up with a dry, crumbly mess. Underbake, and well, let's just say we've seen enough of that today. Now, for those of you feeling adventurous, why not put your own spin on our recipe? Add some chopped nuts or dried fruit for a bit of crunch and sweetness. Or, if you're a fan of the ooey gooey, try adding some marshmallows or caramel sauce. The possibilities are endless. But a word of caution, my friends. While we encourage creativity and experimentation, please remember to use actual brownies in your Wormy Compost brownie dessert. I cannot stress this enough. No matter how much it may resemble the real thing, toilet poo is not a suitable substitute. Now, with that delicious detour, let's return to the unforgettable adventures of Ms. Belle Pum. Buckle up, because the castle party fiasco is a ride you won't want to miss. Remember when I mentioned vomit? Well, brace yourselves for the brownie disaster. So picture this. Our beloved Ms. Belle Pum is hosting a quaint little gathering, and on the menu are her world-renowned brownies. Now, unbeknownst to her, a certain someone was experiencing a rather tumultuous tummy turmoil. Let's just say, this poor fellow had a stomach that was about as cooperative as a cat in a bathtub. His guts were brewing a storm of, well, let's call it liquid discomfort. 2 gallons worth, to be precise. And where, you might ask, did this unfortunate event take place? Right into Ms. Belle Pum's luscious brownie mixture. Talk about a secret ingredient. Now the brownies are served, and the guests are devouring them with glee, completely oblivious to the gastrointestinal time bomb they've just ingested. One by one, the faces drop, the colour drains, and the window becomes the most popular spot in the house. For a vomit-athon. 6 people, my dear listeners, 6 hearty souls turned into human fountains, ejecting their brownie delights out of the window. It's a sight that would make any seagull proud. Now, if that wasn't enough, one of the guests was a baby who, quite innocently, confused a snoozing man's open mouth for a loo. The resulting sounds could only be described as a symphony of gargle 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 gargle. Honestly, it was a sight to behold, a masterclass in comedic timing and an unforgettable chapter in the annals of party disasters. And all this thanks to an ill-timed bout of digestive rebellion and a batch of brownies that will live in infamy. And that, my dear viewers, was the infamous brownie disaster. But the fun doesn't stop here. Now, let us rewind to that one time Ms. Belle Pum decided to host a party at her castle. Oh, what a night that was. So picture this. Ms. Belle Pum, in all her eccentricity, had sent out golden invites to a castle party. The castle, decorated to perfection, was buzzing with excitement. But then, out of nowhere, a bus as random as it could get pulled up. And guess what? Its toilets were emptied right into the cake mixture. Yes, you heard that right. Then came the vomit fest. The stench was unbearable and the sight unimaginable. 10 people, one after the other, began to vomit. One gentleman, in his nauseated state, ended up vomiting right into his wife's mouth. A sight as shocking as it was disgusting. Another lady, in her disoriented state, vomited right through her nose. The image is etched into our minds forever. A man, caught in the wave of nausea, heaved onto freshly washed clothes. The clothes, worn later by unsuspecting guests, were forever tainted with the unforgettable smell of vomit. Then there was a lady who, in her confusion, used the vomit as paint to decorate her teapot. The teapot, now a piece of modern art, stands as a reminder of the fiasco. The wave of nausea continued, with some people retching for a good 24 hours after the event. A man with a whistle, in the midst of all the chaos, vomited, spraying it everywhere. A woman, trying to comfort her sick child, ended up being covered in vomit when the child threw up without warning. The climax of the night came when a man vomited up a pregnant lady's private hole, covering her unborn baby. It was a sight that left everyone speechless. And guess who got vomit in his eyes? Yes, our very own Horse McGorse. And that's how Ms. Belle Pum's castle party turned into a night to remember. Or forget. Until next time, keep your wits about you and your toilets clean.